During the 1570s and early 1580s, England expanded its activities beyond Europe through exploration, maritime trade, and privateering. These efforts were not centrally planned as an empire, but developed through partnerships between the Crown, merchants, and ship owners seeking profit, security, and strategic advantage. England was a secondary maritime power compared to Spain and Portugal, which dominated Atlantic routes under papal treaties dividing overseas territories. English participation initially focused on navigation, intelligence gathering, and selective engagement rather than large-scale colonization. Exploration voyages were sponsored by private investors with royal approval. English ships explored routes to West Africa, the Caribbean, and North America, gathering geographic knowledge and assessing trade opportunities. These voyages contributed to improved navigation, ship design, and cartography. Trade formed a core motivation. English merchants sought access to gold, spices, textiles, sugar, and enslaved labor markets. Though England did not yet control overseas colonies on a large scale, commercial activity relied on coastal trading posts, alliances with local intermediaries, and temporary settlements. At the same time, England increasingly engaged in privateering the state-authorized seizure of enemy ships during times of tension. Mariners such as John Hawkins and Francis Drake operated with royal licenses, targeting Spanish shipping in the Atlantic and Caribbean. These actions disrupted Spanish trade and generated revenue for investors and the Crown. Privateering existed in a legal grey area. From the English perspective, it was a legitimate wartime practice conducted under letters of marque. From the Spanish perspective, it was piracy. This disagreement intensified diplomatic friction between the two kingdoms. In 1577 to 1580, Francis Drake completed a circumnavigation of the globe. The voyage demonstrated English naval capability, gathered intelligence on Spanish defenses, and returned substantial wealth captured from Spanish sources. Drake was later knighted, reflecting official approval despite international controversy. These maritime activities contributed to the professionalization of the English Navy. Ships became faster and more maneuverable, favoring artillery-based combat rather than boarding actions. Naval command structures improved, and coastal defenses were upgraded. The English government did not formally declare war during most of this period, but relations with Spain deteriorated steadily. Conflicts in the Netherlands, where England supported Protestant rebels against Spanish rule, further increased hostility. By the mid-1580s, England's overseas activity had shifted from experimentation to strategic engagement. While England still lacked the resources of continental empires, it had developed experienced sailors, financial networks, and naval tactics that would soon be tested in open conflict. These developments laid the groundwork for England's transition from a regional power to an emerging maritime state, setting the stage for direct confrontation with Spain later in the decade.